copy this down when you watch the video online. Okay? First step, understand the question. Yeah, everybody done that already. Define the variable. You have decided to let x be the width. Now, number 3, express other unknowns in terms of x. Look at this question. The width is going to be x. Is there anything else that we would like to express in terms of x?
Area of length width.
Area of what? Area of the whole swimming pool, including the path, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you will be able to form an expression? Yeah. Listen carefully, expression, not equation. Are you able to form an expression for the area?
Yes.
How?
20 plus 2x.
Okay, 20 plus 2x, that will give us the total length. You agree with philosophy?
Yeah.
Because we got x on one side, we got x on the other side, right? Okay, so now we have expressed the length in terms of x. What about the total width now?
16 plus 2x.
16 plus 2x, yes, you're right. Anything else that we require? Or do you know the area of the swimming pool? The body of water? How? 16 times 20. Okay, so we have expressed everything in terms of x already. Number 4, form an equation.
20 plus 2x times 16 plus 2x minus 16 times 20
Equals to?
equals to 100.
Okay. That last part is very important. The equals to what? Because right now what he just did, right, was to form an equation. We know how to find the total area. We know how to subtract away the area of the swimming pool in order to find the area of the path. That is known as forming the equation. When you have finished step 1 to step 4, the next part, simplify, rearrange, whatever you like to call it, to become ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. From here on, everything you have learned already. Okay? Because once you have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, how do you solve for x? How many methods do you know? 3. What are they?
Complete square.
Formula, yeah.
Complete the square.
Complete the square. And factorization. Which one will always work?
Complete the square.
Completing the square and your quadratic formula will always work. My preference is I just use the quadratic formula. Okay? But if it is possible to factorize them, then I will choose to factorize as well. It may be faster also. Okay? So let's do this question together. Try it 20. Okay, first, let x be the width of path. Now you can let w be the width if you like. As far as possible, we are going to make sure that we have as few variables as possible. In fact, just one unknown. We try to keep it to just one unknown, so that I only require one equation to solve one unknown. If you make two unknowns, then you will require two equations to solve for two unknowns. Okay? So this is my first step. Let x be something. Let's see, what's step number 2? Oh, define. Oh, I understood the question already. I've defined the variable. Now let express other unknowns in terms of x. Okay. So we were saying that total length equals to 20 plus 2x. Alright? Then we also have 16 plus 2x. Then next, you are saying area. So 20 plus 2x multiplied by 16 plus 2x. Then, yes. By the way, this portion over here is riddled with mistakes. Your friend has just pointed out the first one. There must be brackets over here. Otherwise, you'll be wrong. Okay? So, according to what you have suggested, I'm going to multiply the width and the length together. Anything else you think can be improved on in this presentation? What? Total breadth or total width, right? Okay, do you see that there's a blank over here? We absolutely hate it. We just leave things hanging there like that. 16 plus 2x. Yeah, you know that you are looking for the total length. But I get very uncomfortable when I see expressions like this floating around. I don't know what they are for. So you must write them. You must write down what they are. Annotate them. Total breadth equals to. Okay? Then what's the next? What have I just done over here? What is this? Area of what? Or we can just simply call it total area. Yes. No. What you mean like this? Like this? Are you saying the ratio of the total breadth to the 16 plus 2x is something? No, right? You are saying they are equal to. The total breadth is equal to. So if you mean it's equal to, use equal sign. Why would you want to use ratio? Do I make sense? Okay, next thing. How about this? What about an arrow? Will an arrow work? What are you trying to say? Represent total breadth represented by 16 plus 2x? Or do you mean total breadth is 16 plus 2x? It is, isn't it? We are not dealing with ratios over here. We are not dealing with proportion. These two are equal to. So don't use the arrow for that. This arrow over here is used for something else in maths. You will learn it in JC. But I will introduce it to you next year for the fun of it. Okay, this means tens 2. Okay, this arrow means tens 2. Next year I will explain to you what it means. Okay, so please don't use this to represent anything else. Okay, now total area is equals to 20 plus 2x times 16 plus 2x. Which step am I at now? I am trying to finish step 4. Have I formed an equation? Have I formed an equation? No, I haven't. This is the total area. So now my job is to form the equation using the information from the question. So your classmate has pointed out that actually 20 plus 2x multiplied by 16 plus 2x. Then we subtract away, what was that? No. Subtract away 16 times 20, which is the area of the pool. That should give us 100. Okay? Do you understand why? Do you understand how we form this equation? Okay, so this is simply total area. This is our area of pool. This must be the area of half. So this over here is our forming of equation. Okay? After we have formed the equation, I want you to simplify to ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. We see that if we expand everything out, I'm going to get an x squared term. So once I get an x squared term, and because it is a polynomial, all the other powers of x are integers greater than 0, this is going to be quadratic. So let us expand. We proceed, we get 4x squared plus 70 what? 2x, then minus 100 equals to 0. Okay. This is of the form now ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Can you solve this?
Yeah.
You want to factorize?
Yeah.
Okay, factorize.
No.
You want to factorize? All right, factorize. Can or not?
No.
I don't think so. So try using the quadratic formula. Yes, you can complete the square. If you choose to solve by completing the square, you are effectively deriving out the quadratic formula, which I don't need you to do. You can just memorize. Yes, somebody suggested that we can divide by 4. Can we? Can 72 be divided by 4?
Yes.
Yeah, we can. Okay, let us try dividing by 4. So we will get x squared plus 18x minus 25 equals to 0. Okay, from here on, quadratic formula. Right? So x equals to, take note of this part. You must write down x equals to. Then you do your substitution. Negative 18 plus minus square root. 18 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 25. Be very careful about your signs. Divided by 2 times 1. Okay, yes, evaluate what is inside the square root. So we've got negative 18 over here plus minus square root of 424. I want to see this 424 divided by 2. Did I make any mistakes? No. Okay, then how many answers are there in this over here for x. Yeah, there's a plus, there's an option of minus. So there are two separate answers. So here we will have 1.2956 or something else. You go and work it out. So then we round it off to 1.30 or the something else. I don't want to give you all the answers, okay? So they wanted it in 3SF. So this is in 3SF now. However, when you look at what you let x be, let x be the width of the path. If x is the width of the path, how can you have a negative value for the width? Make sense? So what should I do for this? When I come to this stage, what should I do for negative 19.3? Yeah, reject. That's it. Okay, and over here, the units in meters. So width equals to 1.30 meters. Yes? After, you mean from here to this step? I highly recommend that you put 5SF first. Anyway, that's what you were taught in Sec 1. In case you need to use the formula, the values before that. Okay? Now, class, I need you to understand whether it is in mathematics, chemistry, or physics, as long as you require calculations. Every time you round it off, you are losing accuracy. You agree?
Yes.
Every time you round something, you are losing accuracy. And if you keep rounding off your intermediate steps, your final step will be horribly inaccurate. Which is why we try to use as accurate values as we can. Now, if I were to require in a subsequent part, if I need to use this value, the width, what will you choose? Will you choose 1.3? Will you choose 1.2956? Or will you choose this? This one, right? This is the most accurate. So I want to see that. Now, can you imagine if you skip this step, you went from here to 1.30, then you require to use the width again. What are you going to do? Are you going to evaluate this again? Waste time, right? So might as well do it once over here and leave it there. Okay? You can, for your convenience, use it. So what do you think of this question? Easy or not easy? Doable, manageable, okay? Okay, then that's all for this topic. You get, I'm serious. That's all that there is. We've got two other examples in our textbook. There are similar types of questions. All you need to do is to just form or let x be something, form the equation, rewrite the equation, solve it, check for validity. E-Maths test chapter 1 and 2, yes, you are right. So now for the remaining time, I would like you to try it 21. You can do it in your textbook, it's fine. Yes, do it now until the end of lesson. Anybody that needs help, raise your hand. Because try 21 and 22, you should be able to do it by yourself.